Right, hey guys, welcome to This Nerd Life. Every time. Welcome to This Nerd Life. We are two people just talking about all the stuff, all this nerdy stuff like games, TVs, films. Recently, we've had the big reunion of Power Rangers. Jack's our Power Rangers expert, but
I'm an expert, am I? There we go.
I would say you're in comparison. Like we'll get into it, but in comparison, you're the expert. So I'm going to be asking you a lot of questions in this because I have almost no idea what happened in it. What was the title? Power Rangers Once and Always.
What?
Yeah.
Once and always, yeah.
Once and always. So what? It's 30 years.
Which threw me.
Huh?
It threw me, that title.
It's a bit of a weird title, isn't it?
Because they always say in it like once a ranger, always a ranger. Okay, it didn't throw me now. I've just said it out loud and I understand it.
It's
was
a
it
weird.
Once and always, or was it Once and Forever, the title? I'm looking.
It was Once and Always, but it doesn't sound right because it should be Once and Forever. Like Once and Forever sounds better, I guess doesn't it?
Yeah, but for the saying, I guess once a ranger, always a ranger makes a bit more sense. But I keep wanting to say once and forever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what I said while I was watching it. I was telling Jordan about it, and I was like, oh, yeah, it's just Power Rangers Once and Forever. And she went, that's not what it's called. And I was like, what? And I was literally watching it.
And she went, it's a miracle I ever had sex with you.
Yeah, she went,
fucking nerd. Why you sat on a Friday night watching Power Rangers?
And she was just like, why are you, what? She didn't really understand, but it's fine. The things I do for love.
You know, is it too late to break up with you? You know.
Yeah, she was like, she's packed her bags. She's gone. She's not actually here.
Yeah. She was once and always, and now she's once and gone.
Once and gone. But what is it? So it's 30 years since the last time
Mighty Morphin.
Right. Okay. So since the
show started.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the tagline is a reunion 30 years in the making or something, which is, not quite right, is it? But I digress.
For some of the characters it is.
Yeah, but I mean, they haven't been trying to make it for 30 years. It's just 30 years later. Yeah. I mean, first of all, I want to get your rating. Like, say out of 5 or out of 10, whichever you prefer. What would you give it? Say 5, because I put it into Letterboxd and I gave it a score.
If I wasn't a Power Rangers fan, a 2.
Right.
But I'm a Power Rangers fan, so a 4.
A 4? I gave it a 1.
Yeah. You gave it a 1.
I gave it a 1. I mean, wait. Are you wearing your morph suit? Your Power Rangers morph suit?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh,
I haven't worn it since second year of uni, maybe? Yeah, second year of uni. I don't fucking know what that thing is. That was 5-6 years ago, if not more.
That would have been excellent. But yeah, no, okay, so you gave it a 4. Yeah, I gave it a 1.
Well, I'm being generous for 4.
Yeah. I mean,
there's a lot of bias and nostalgia in that.
Yeah. What did you like? Tell me. Like, tell me all your thoughts.
Is it bad? Of course it's bad.
Yeah.
Power Rangers is bad. Like, as a grown adult, for a kid, I'm sure a kid would fucking love it. But like, as grown adults, Power Rangers is bad. Power Rangers has always been bad, though. That's part of its charm.
Yeah.
It's never been great. And maybe I'm convincing myself of this. I'm hoping it was filmed to be bad on purpose, and it didn't just turn out bad. Like, it seemed like instead of going, we're going to film a reunion 30 years later using modern tech, modern stars, blah, 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 bring it to the 2023. I feel like they went into it going, let's just make it as if this could have aired 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Minus, obviously, it looks better and stuff. But I feel like they purposely was trying to make it seem like this could have been made X amount of, years ago.
Yeah,
and that's why it's so cringy and over the top. It's not that they're not 2016 whatever year the Power Rangers movie came out, the live action one. They're all live action, I don't know why I said that. Where that tried to bring it into the modern 21st century and try to drop a lot of that cringe. I felt like they were purposely not doing that here, that they wanted to keep the cringe and stuff. But that's what I'm convincing myself. There's all chances that they were actually trying to do something good and fucked it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that they've basically watched an episode and gone, how do we make this into a film? Like, there's lots to it that there's some critical choices that they made in this to make it look and sound like something from the 1990s.
Oh, for sure. If you throw it in 16:9 ratio, put some film grain on it, this literally could have come out in the 90s.
Literally, it's
Minus the CGI, I guess, which was awful.
yeah, but I think that was the point. Yeah, it blew my mind watching it a little bit. I thought it was going to be longer for one. I thought it was going to be longer than 55 minutes, but it made me realise the big thing. My big takeaway is that it made me realise that I'm not a Power Rangers fan.
It's done. It's over for you, is it?
It's not that I hate Power Rangers. It's that I don't think I ever was a fan of Power Rangers. Not that I don't like them. I think it's a kind of a cool idea. But there's so much in it that I was like, what is this? What is this? What are they talking about? What is this? Like, I mean, I'm sure we'll get to it, but like Snizzard or whatever his name was, like, who? Rita Repulsa, I know who she is, but
right. Fun fact while we're here, then, Snizzard was a one-off villain in the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series. Who voiced him? Do you know? In the original, not in the new one.
No idea.
Bryan Cranston.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It was obviously Zordon.
His name is Cranston.
Yes, and he's obviously Zordon in the new one, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And Minotaur. Minotaur, or Minotaur, however they say it. Like,
Minotaur. I've already forgotten what it was called.
Minotaur! Get him, Minotaur! It's fucking dumb.
Make my monsters grow!
Yeah, I'm glad she said it, but yeah, like, was he a recurring enemy, or was he like a one-off too? Do you know?
I think he was another one-off, yeah. I think they both were like one-offs, or may have had a few episodes, but they weren't regulars, not like Goldar and Finster.
Yeah. Okay.
Jesus Christ, I'm getting no girls after anyone watches this episode.
You're a big old Power Rangers nerd, aren't you?
I am, and that's why I loved it. Like, I haven't watched Power Rangers as in its continuation since SPD, which puts me at kid age.
You're gonna have to
teenager age.
tell me what SPD is.
Space Patrol Delta, obviously.
Nice. All I know,
Fun,
is,
because Adam and Aisha had SPA on their outfits.
I thought they were just at Spa.
No, that's Space Patrol Alpha. Obviously,
fucking nerd.
Because this is a few years before Delta was set in the show, so this is in the early days of the Empire that they're talking about that they were fighting off as an SPD fight in their show.
Nice.
Fuck. I think I'm gonna get so many girls after this.
Honestly, you might actually pull like a Power Rangers fanatic. You might.
I'm not that crazy. It's a bit.
I've
only got one tattoo.
There is. I mean, it's a cool tattoo as well. Show the camera if you haven't already.
Tattoo. I showed it earlier when you were calling me a super nerd or whatever. The expert, sorry.
It is very cool. I do like it. Okay. What was I going to say? All I know.
I was going to say, like, I know it's bad. I want to be clear. I know it's bad. I'm not delusioned.
What the film?
It's just got so much. With the film, well, I mean, Power Rangers has always been bad. Let's be real. But with the film in particular, obviously, this is the first. Obviously, I've gone back and watched some episodes, some seasons as an adult, and you enjoy it because of the nostalgia and because of the childhood memories. As I was saying before, I went off on a run. I stopped at SPD, so that's kid, teenager age. I haven't seen a single episode of a season since then, so I haven't seen brand new Power Rangers content since I was a kid, early teenager, because it is bad. It's not one of those things that you go, I'm going to keep watching it. But so I enjoyed it so much, this film, because it's the childhood stuff. If this was this is a special featuring characters from the newer seasons and stuff, I just wouldn't have watched it. Same way as like a few years back, I don't know if you remember this, they did a massive, I think it was like Megaforce was the show, the Power Rangers Megaforce, and it had a bunch of some of the old characters returning.
No,
I straight up just didn't watch it because I'm not interested in watching new Power Rangers like that, even if it's got characters that from the original. So I just don't care. But with this, where it was completely OG cast, OG setting and stuff, I was like, I like it because of the nostalgia and the childhood memories. if I wasn't a Power Rangers fan and someone put this on, I wouldn't have made it through the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is bad, but it's good.
For
me, anyway.
You said about this mega team up or whatever. I saw this video the other day on like Instagram Reels or something, and it was this Power Rangers video, but it was like all the teams in this quarry, and each team would
that's
like
what I'm talking
pop up.
about.
Is that the one? There are so many teams. Mm-hmm. That's mad.
Yeah, so I didn't watch that because I'm not interested in new content like that.
Right. Okay. Yeah. It's mad. It's mad how
even if it's got OG characters, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool.
It's been going for 30 years.
Yeah, I mean it is pretty cool that it's lasted that long. I could probably name about 3, maybe 4 teams if I really thought about it. Like this is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I don't know if that's actually their name.
Yeah, that's in the title.
Dino Thunder, Space Patrol, Time Space Patrol or something.
No, but go on. There are 2 shows in that one name you just said.
Yeah, Space Force Delta.
There's Power Rangers.
Oh no, you already told me that.
And then Space Patrol Delta, yeah.
Time Force.
Then it's in space. Time Force is another one, yep.
Time Force, that's what I'm thinking of. And then there's the ninja ones, the ones that they all have swords.
Oh, Ninja Storm.
Ninja Storm, that's the one. I mean, Dino Thunder is really the only one because it's the coolest name. It's the only one I know off the top of my head. If somebody was like, name a Power Ranger team, I'd be like, Dino Thunder, done. But
I reckon you know more than you think.
Go on then.
You remember the Alien Rangers?
Oh,
Alien Rangers, Power Rangers, Alien Rangers. That wasn't a season, like a series. It was, but it wasn't called that. It was still called Mighty Morphin, but they took over for a bit.
Right.
There's Zeo.
Okay.
You must remember Zeo.
As I said, like I don't think I was ever a Power Rangers fan. Like I think Power Rangers are cool, but I don't think I only ever watched like the movie. I think it was my sister that was a Power Rangers
Turbo,
fan.
Then.
Huh?
If you only watched the movies, Turbo with the kid was a ranger. Yeah, Turbo.
Yeah.
Lost Galaxy in Space, Lightspeed Rescue, Wild Force. No, none of these.
No. As I said, like I think my sister was the fan, and I obviously watched it with her. And the Ivan Ooze movie as well. I've seen loads of times.
I'm Ivan Ooze.
I'm Ivan Ooze. Yeah, and obviously the new movie is very cool. I love it. Like I watched that a handful of times, but that's because it's like new, and modern in this 21st century that you were talking about. But yeah, I don't. Unfortunately, I wish I was a bigger fan as you because that's like. It's very. I used to.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear, ladies. I'm not actively watching Power Rangers.
Yeah. Like it's strange because I used to collect like these figures. You know, right? Okay. You know, in the film where they get shrunk down, and that's like a toy.
Yes.
I used to collect those, and I didn't know
What,
like
with the flipping heads.
The flipping heads and if you pressed a button on the back of Zack, he would kick. I think, and Billy would karate chop, or maybe it's the other way around.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I used to have the white one as well. The white one. Was the white one the green one turned dead? Turned dead. He died, didn't he? And got the white powers, right?
Well, he didn't die. Like he stopped being the Green Ranger, became the White Ranger. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was like resurrected into like this Power Ranger angel. Shows how much I know. Right.
I should have done this episode with Danny.
Honestly,
no, you're doing great. You're doing great. It's good to have the conflicting elements.
I like it. Okay.
So you just didn't like this episode then?
It was fine. I watched it, and I enjoyed watching it, but it wasn't good. Like I'm not going to rate something highly because I wouldn't have watched it if I didn't have. Well, I probably would have watched it actually because it was only an hour long. If it was any longer. I probably would have been like, oh god,
like a 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah, like I probably been like, fuck me. But it was nostalgic, but not as much as I hoped it would be. It was almost new to me because there was. I mean, as I said, like I don't know who Snizzard was. I'd never seen Minotaur before. Like I don't. You obviously probably watched it, and you know when they, took off their masks, and you're like, oh, that's fucking that's Billy, or that's Zack. I couldn't tell you their names, And when those new came in, Rocky, I think is his name?
Rocky, yep.
Didn't know who that was when he turned up. I was like, cool. And is it Sam? the Pink Ranger that turned
Cat.
up? Cat. I was like, don't know who you are. And are they Mighty Morphin Power Rangers too, or are they from a different team?
So no, they're Mighty Morphin too. So Jason, Trini, and Zach all left to go to the World Peace Conference. Is how the show did it. But the actors left over pay disputes, and so the Rocky replaced Jason as the Red Ranger.
Okay.
Aisha replaced Trini as the yellow one. She's the woman in the SPA outfit.
Right, yeah. Because when
Adam's
she
the man in the
teleported
SPA
away,
outfit.
she went all yellow. I was like, oh, is she a Yellow Ranger? But yeah.
Yeah, and Adam replaced Zach, and then later the actress who played Kim, the Pink Ranger, left and was replaced with Kat. So yeah, they're all Mighty Morphin.
Cool.
It's just the others didn't come back for the reunion for various reasons.
Yeah, I mean, I saw about Kimberly, the person who played Kimberly. She didn't come back. I think. Sure, she. I think we've spoken about this before. She listed a load of reasons why she probably wouldn't come back. None of them were definite, but she basically said like, one, I'm 50 years old. Two, I don't want to get in spandex. I don't need the money, or it's not enough money, or I don't want to do it. You know, all these reasons.
Yeah.
And I don't blame her. Like, unless you need the money, and if you don't care, she probably doesn't care for Power Rangers anymore.
Power Rangers actors do need the money.
yeah, I'm sure they do. But I probably wouldn't do it. Like, if I was 50 years old and I was like, oh, well, when I was a teenager, I was a Power Ranger. Do I really want to squeeze into some spandex? I know they obviously don't do their own stunts, but I mean, Rocky, he looked like shit. Like, yeah, he just had this gut.
That man had a beer belly.
Yeah, and then when he turned up, he was like, had this like noodles or whatever, and he was like, I'm just trying to heat up my food. And it's just like, what?
Yeah.
You don't belong here anymore. You're too old for this. Pass it down. But yeah,
And,
it's.
Jason didn't come back supposedly because of his legal troubles he's in right now.
Wait, isn't he
Trini,
dead?
The actress is obviously. No, Jason David Frank is dead, who's the Green Ranger.
Got you.
Yeah, Austin St. John, who's Jason. Yeah, he's having legal troubles.
About what?
The actress who played, I think he did one of those. I'll apply for COVID loans or some shit. It was a scam. I think again, this is all not. He's not found guilty of anything, but I know he's definitely going through legal drama right now. So I think that's why he didn't come back. Trini's dead. Jason David Frank is dead, who played Tommy, and then who am I forgetting? We just discussed the Pink Rangers.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
I think that's why certain people didn't come back.
On that, like
I mean, Jason David Frank was not dead when this was filmed. He chose not to come back.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. They I like how they had the like in loving memory of at the end, and this came up like once a ranger, always a ranger. I was like that I like that, and I mean, it reminds me of, I know you haven't seen it, but in John Wick 4, obviously Lance Reddick just died, and instead of having it at the end, they had it right at the beginning, and it said like in memory of Lance Reddick, and I was like, even though he's died and the film's already it's finished, they've made the conscious choice to add that in before sending it out, and I was like, that's very cool. I like it when they do that. Obviously, it's not nice that people die or whatever, but it's great that when they're shown to have meant something to the franchise. Like, so yeah, it got me a little bit at the end when I was like, oh man, they're both dead. Nightmare.
It was surprisingly touching. It wasn't, I was expecting a fade to black and then in memory, as every film or TV show does. But to pick that song from the original show and have the camera focus on both actors, it got me a little bit. Death has said a lot in this fucking film, which is so bizarre to me as someone who remembers the original so well, because that was a no word in Power Rangers for so long. Death, murder, kill, all those words couldn't be said, and the fact that it's just out here all the time, it did feel a little off to me.
Yeah, I mean,
that was their way of trying to be a bit more mature.
Yeah, I thought it when obviously there was that whole bit where Min was like, we should kill them or whatever, and then they were like, no, we can't do that, we're Rangers or whatever. And then right at the end, I think it's Billy that stabs Minotaur and he fucking explodes, and I was like, damn, that was, for Power Rangers, that was brutal.
Yeah, and they impaled Robo Rita at one point. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, and they like punched off her face as well. It's like, damn.
It was a bit more mature in that sense.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, she straight up murdered Trini at the beginning.
Yeah, which never happened. Like, as I said, all these words about murder, killing, death were no words. And suddenly it's just everywhere. Though I do feel a little off. You know, the actress that played Trini died in real life in a car accident, I believe. So it just felt a bit weird to then use that as...
Kill her off.
The reason for the... Yeah, it just, I don't know, there's something a bit, like, icky about that, I think.
Yeah.
It's like a real life tragedy. It's like, oh, we'll just use it as an explanation. Like, there's, you know, shows often do that. You know, right, someone dies in real life and they write the character off, but very rarely do they use it as the motivation. And be like, oh, she's dead, and it just felt a little bit weird to me.
I guess it kind of made sense for the story that they had. I mean, it's not to say that they couldn't have changed the story, but obviously the whole story is about her daughter then becoming this ranger, or like getting revenge, or like, not
Wasn't
revenge.
she an Oscar-worthy actress?
Honestly, fuck me. Like she should be up there with best actress.
Yeah.
Fuck me. We'll get into that. I've written down a couple of lines that I want to get into in a minute, but fuck me. No, I agree. It's a bit off when she's just like,
Yeah.
she obviously died
Felt a bit
horribly.
weird.
They must have gotten the family's permission to do that though, right?
I mean, if her family, I don't know her family's, you know, situation. I don't know who's alive there. Like, she would be 50s, I guess, by now. Would her parents be alive? I don't know. She died as a, you know, a young adult. She didn't have any kids or anything.
Oh
so,
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. But also, I don't imagine they have to get permission. It's the character from a show that they own. So, do they
It's
have to
true.
get permission? Probably
I don't
not.
think so. No. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
It
it's
just
like
felt a bit weird to me.
it was because they could have done anything, and she could have just gone into a portal. Like she didn't have to die.
Yeah,
She could have just been transported somewhere else. That the death wasn't.
No, they didn't have Jason and Tommy, and they made it work.
Yeah, exactly. I guess it's just the catalyst, isn't it?
It just felt a bit weird.
It was all a bit like almost like a student film. Like a student film, people in the background going, okay, well, how are we going to make, you know, the start match the end? Okay, well, we could do this, we could do that. Okay, yeah, that sounds great ideas. It's just like basically putting a load of things on a dartboard, like loads of story elements, throwing darts and going, well, that stuck, so let's do that. And they've made a film out of it, you know. It's all a bit like, oh, like fucking Billy's secret laboratory or whatever, like that. He just so happens to know everything, and I know he's meant to be like the clever one. Obviously, in the new film, he's autistic, so he's just like super clever. But in this, he's just like the cleverest man on earth, basically, apart from Alpha 9 or whatever it was.
Alpha 9, yeah.
I thought it was Alpha 5.
It was, but we've gone through some since then, Mark, obviously.
Yeah. I know, like, one of them died in the thing, and I was just like, when they said Alpha 9, I was like, what?
Yeah. We had, I think we had Alpha 8 and Forever Red, if you remember that. Did you ever watch Forever Red?
I don't know what that is.
It was the anniversary special where all the Red Rangers that had been in the show up to that point teamed up.
Oh, no, I remember you telling me about it, actually, now that you've described
Fucking
it.
fantastic. I might rewatch it.
How long is it?
It's 20 minutes.
Okay, I might watch it then.
It's really, I would say that's better than this.
Really?
And that was made, 15 odd years ago or whatever. It helps that it's 20 minutes, of which 10 minutes of that is the morphing sequence for all these characters.
Excellent. Oh, let's get on to that.
Everyone's got to have their morphing sequence and explosion.
I forgot that they had those cutaways. It's like, Mastodon! Or whatever. Yeah, I forgot about that. And then when it first happened, I was like, oh my god, I'm 5 years old again.
I know, right? I couldn't help it. That made me smile, that did.
Yeah. And they're just their dumb faces.
So they've all lost their ability to
tiger.
really say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, which ranger would you be? Which colour?
Oh, it's always... I mean, look at the tattoo I've got. You know the answer to that.
Green, you'd be the dragon boy. What is green?
Yeah,
What's his
It's dragon, you're right. You got it right. I'll be dragging these balls across your face later.
Nice.
But no,
What does he
it was
say?
the
What does he
dragon.
say? Dragon. When he
Hold
transforms.
on. I've got to run through the whole sequence in my head. Dragon Zord, I think he says. I think he's the only one that says Zord on the end.
Okay. Dragon Zord. Yeah, I'd be.
So I don't think he says dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he says Dragon Sword.
No. Which one would
The
I
Green
be?
Ranger wasn't in it for that long, you know, and then it was White Tiger.
Yeah. Was it a tiger? Oh, cool. Oh yeah, it is a tiger. I can picture his helmet
Yeah.
now. That is.
With Saba,
Yeah.
his talking swords.
Cool. I might want. I
We're
actually
testing my
might
knowledge.
go back and watch it all. Okay. What?
Fucking
Okay.
won't.
What?
They're all
I
on
won't.
YouTube for free.
Of course, I fucking won't. I might watch a few though. What ranger would you
Just watch
give me
Forever Red, it's good.
if I was on your team and you were the Green Ranger and
The Black Ranger.
you'd give me the? How come? Because I'm cool.
He's just like cool and hip hoppy and chill, doesn't take anything too seriously, relaxed. Nice guy. Yeah, seems like you.
Nice. I tell you what, I wouldn't.
See, I think
I wouldn't adopt that bitch though.
no, or just, oh god, I keep getting excited and my mic levels keep popping. Let's move the mic back a little bit, or drop your career as a congressman, which I feel like they said several times. Was it really worth stopping being a congressman to adopt me? Yes, of course it was.
Yeah.
No, bitch, it wasn't.
There was one point he turned to her and went, "I was a busy congressman." So dumb. He had some great lines. What else was it? Oh yeah, sorry, just looking at my notes. He went, "Oh yeah, it's time for some hip hop keto," and then he started like breakdance fighting, and then
That's on the original season.
oh, is it? Okay, it was
Yeah.
dumb. He was too old to be doing that. I mean, come on,
He kind of pulled it off, to be fair.
little bit. It did make me laugh though. I was just like, that is brilliant. Yeah, Black Ranger, I could live with that.
Yeah, I would definitely be green though, because he was evil at first. And depending what day, I'm either a prick or I'm nice. So
Yeah, fair enough.
I think green would suit me. I'm like that green to white transition. Some days I'm a bit evil, sometimes a bit nice.
Yeah, and then we'd give Matt could be the Pink Ranger.
No, what would Mac be? So,
He'd have to be the blue one.
so they no, this is who Mac would be. They did. You wouldn't have heard this, but there's this thing called Power Rangers Hyperforce.
Okay.
Right. Which is a D&D Power Rangers, like an official one, that they streamed on the internet. It's official canon. I think it's been in the comic books now, blah, blah, blah. But it's a D&D game, but with a Power Rangers theme. And they got a bunch of actors, some from Power Rangers, some just internet famous to do it. Anyway, you remember Bulk and Skull?
No.
The idiot, like, kind of bullies in the original show. The big guy and the really skinny guy.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, but the actor who played Bulk was playing a Power Ranger in it. And so what always made me laugh was they modelled him to be, in the D&D artwork, a fat guy like myself. Which is weird considering the whole point of morphing is you go through metamorphosis, your body changes, right? That's who Mac would be. He'd be the fat orange Power Ranger. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Oh god, excellent.
It was a bit of a walk and a setup to get to that punchline, but it was worth it for me.
I needed the explanation because I would have been like, what? What? Who? But yeah.
Google Orange Power Force Ranger.
Okay, hold on. On it, Orange Power Force Ranger.
Wait, am I getting this? No, I'm apologising to any fans that give a shit. Hyperforce,
Oh, Hyperforce.
not Power Force. Yeah, that was the D&D thing. And then if you scroll
Well,
down,
the purple one was the fat one.
nah, if you scroll, oh, maybe he's yellow. It doesn't matter. The more I go into this, the more I think I've got some of these details wrong. Anyway, Mac's a fat ranger. That's all I give a shit about.
It's okay.
No. In the original show, he would be... thing is, none of them were
Zach.
losers in the original one. No, because you're Zach, the black
Oh,
ranger.
I meant Billy. He'd have to be Billy.
No, Mac's not smart enough.
But he's not red. He can't be red, so he's going to have to be a girl.
No, he wouldn't be a leader, and he wouldn't be a badass. No, because the girls are badass too. Like, there is no pathetic, stupid... I've got it. I've got the rest.
He's Rita Repulsa, isn't he?
Another one. No, he's...
In the space garbage or whatever.
Fill time. I'm working on it.
Okay. So, also, there was one big thing.
Fat bastard, I'm going to nail your ass.
Well, it's just like before Rocky transformed, he has the beer belly. I was half expecting him to have the beer belly when he morphed, but as you said, like, they have to go through metamorphosis, which I didn't know. I didn't know that was a thing until you just said it. So, but it makes sense. But
Keep filling time. I'm still working on it. It'll be worth it, I think.
okay. There was another line that Zach said. Zach? Yeah, Zach. And what did he say? He came in. It was when they were fighting Rita at the grave, and he jumps in and he goes, "I'm back, and I'm back in black," or something like that. He just does a flip, and he's like, "I'm back in black." Yeah, and I was like, that's dumb.
Most of the lines were done. Dumb, sorry.
There was one.
I'm surprised they didn't say the dumbest one that was in the original show, which was more phenomenal.
Oh, that is.
Because they said that all the time in the original. It's more phenomenal.
Oh god, there was one more. What is it? Oh yeah, it was Min. After she does that like Rocky montage at the beginning, towards the beginning, and she comes back, and Zach is like, "Oh, we've got to get to the graveyard in 10 minutes or whatever." And she's like, "Okay, I just get so in the zone when I get my sweat on," and I'm just like, "Oh, just one." It was just
Would
bad
you shut
acting.
the fuck up?
Yeah, it's just bad acting, and please just stop talking. She does get her ass handed to her though, which I laughed at. You know when she goes into the diner or the juice bar or whatever it is, and she's like, "Saber-tooth tiger," and it doesn't work, and then she just gets absolutely wailed on. I was like, "Yeah, you deserve that, you stupid bitch."
I found his name. Here we go.
Good.
Right, Google Power Rangers Babu.
Babu.
Babooro. Nope. Fuck. Was it Squat? Sorry, it's Squat. Power Rangers Squat with 2 T's. This is Mac. I'm putting it up to the camera. That
Oh my god.
is our good friend Mac.
Fuck. It's like look.
What a prick.
It's just like looking at a picture of Mac.
It really is.
Wow.
He doesn't get to be a Power Ranger, you know. I've gone on this rant and really, really, really offended him. And I'm fatter than him, so it's okay. I'm allowed to say it. He loves it, really.
He does. He'll come back with something equally as bad, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, the moment he gets on camera, he's going to talk mad shit about me.
Yeah.
I deserve it, though. But yeah, so let's try and get back to back to the episode. Also, by the way, Banamori's still stuck in my head from last week.
Me too.
So there's a lot of things, you know, that just didn't make sense, as it always does with Power Rangers, you know. The explanation to Rita being back was a bit weak. I know it's a kid show. I know we're being a bit hypercritical here, but like, you know, they had this. Do you remember this? Do you remember the C wave, Mark?
Remember it? I don't really understand what it is, but I know they were talking about it.
So the seasons went Power Rangers Mighty Morphin for a few seasons, and then it went to Zeo Turbo, and then In Space. That was what's, you know, the core Zordon area of Power Rangers, right? You with me?
Yeah.
They were, all those seasons were connected, right? By the same thread, the same kind of villains, the same kind of characters progressing and swapping in and out. And it was kind of finished off they thought In Space was going to be the last season. They were cancelled, basically. So they wrapped up the entire storyline from Morphin to In Space in the final episode, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
And what are you doing? You seem to be so lost.
No, I'm just listening. I don't know where it's going.
Okay, now I'm explaining the Z-Wave to you.
Okay.
So
Continue.
they thought the show was going to get cancelled, so they had to wrap up all these seasons and just put an end to Power Rangers. And they did that by killing Zordon, right?
Okay.
Andros, the Red Ranger, the Red In Space Ranger, took his weapon and destroyed Zordon's tube. And doing that, released Zordon's particles throughout the galaxy and turned anyone evil good. That was what the Z-Wave was.
That's dumb.
So,
Okay.
we in particular saw Lord Zed and Vita Repulsa get turned into normal, good human beings. And they had a bit of a flirt with each other. It was kind of weird.
Right.
And then, obviously, the show got uncancelled because...
Rita's a bit fine, though. Just saying.
she's dead. The actress is, anyway.
Oh.
The actress and the voice actress were two different people. And because this In Space was so popular, it ended up getting last minute uncancelled and renewed and stuff. But that's what the Z-Wave was. It wiped out all the main villains that we had seen so far and made them good guys.
Okay.
And then just somehow, they just go, oh, particles of Rita was thrown out to the galaxy and now she's back. And it's kind of weak. It was kind of weak.
That makes less sense than just watching it without any context. It makes
Why does it make less sense? How?
Because I could kind of, watching it without the knowledge, I can kind of go, okay, well, I didn't know that she was turned good sort of thing. So I thought she was killed by this Z-Wave, turned into particles, and then she can reform whatever, like they said. But the fact that she was turned good and she was still there sort of thing makes less sense. Like her bad particles have turned into a different being. That's dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
And I hate
That's exactly what happened.
I hate how what was it so in the film so Billy was trying to bring back Zordon, but ended up bringing back Rita, who took over Alpha 8, and that's why she's a mechanical
somehow morphed the body.
Robo Rita.
Robo Rita.
It's really dumb. I'm really yeah. Now I'm thinking about it, I might give it half a star.
And then that she was, I thought it was funny, it's got the same problem like the Avengers does, or superhero films in general that do, where we see these characters defeat the worst of the worst, and then they're going to have their next solo comic where they're going to go up with a villain not as bad as their previous one, but somehow struggle against them. And that's why I kind of had that feeling. Rita came back with 2 other people and some putties, which, by the way, she didn't have Finster to make them for her. I'm not just saying where those putties come from. Also, on a costume point of view, the flaps of the spandex should tuck into the front of the mask, but whoever did it, did the costume design for this, must have not known that, so the flaps were over, and it looked a bit weird anyway.
They were shit.
That's not how it should look. So it's, Rita, some putties, and these 2 fucking Snizzy Boy, and the Minotaur, whatever.
Snizzy and Minnie.
And I'm supposed to believe that was taking down teams of Rangers across the galaxy with ease. When they're collecting the little figures and they do that pan, which I know you wouldn't have appreciated, but obviously there's a fair few Power Rangers from different seasons.
Quick question here.
And okay.
I had a question here, and it's a good point to put in. Did you recognise any of them when you saw those pans? Did you go, oh, well, that's Tony from Time Force Demon or whatever?
Almost all of them. There are some. No! Fucking let me finish, you prick. There are some. There's a. I'm going to try and see if I can find an image. There was some where I recognised the outfit as a season, but a season I didn't watch, so I could only maybe tell you the season name. I certainly couldn't tell you the character's name.
Yeah, that's more what I meant.
I could have told you most of them, because I'm sat there being Trent the Right Dino Thunder was there. There's no way my boy got bitched out like that and got turned into a toy. I ain't having that.
Did you pause it to see
Merrick, Merrick the Lunar Ranger? Like, he's not getting fucking bitched out.
the what? The Lunar Ranger?
Merrick the Lunar Ranger. Yeah, the Lunar Wolf Ranger.
As in
Power Rangers.
like the moon?
Union. You're a moon. Lunar,
No,
yeah. I think he was
Lunar.
called Lunar Wolf.
Lunar
Wolf.
Ranger. Wild
Mighty Morphin
Force.
Power Rangers Union. All
Merrick.
Rangers, I guess.
Your Power Rangers knowledge is mad. I just typed in Lunar Ranger, and then it came up Lunar Ranger Wild Force.
Was I right?
Merrick Ballerton.
No, I was right, yeah. Yeah. My boy Merrick, he was great. What's not to like?
Wow.
I like that they gave a Soul of the Dragon shout out, which is the comic book based on Tommy in the future, and he had a kid with Cat called JJ. I like that they brought it up here.
Nice.
I can't find an image of the fucking toys. See if I can name them all. Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reunion. Let's try. What's the fucking show called? Once and Always Captured Rangers.
My God, this is crazy. I'm just reading
What's
about.
great? Well,
I'm just looking at this Merrick Ballerton. He's one of 6 ancient warriors during the war with the Orgs, 3,000 years before.
Yep.
His mission is to protect Princess Shayla.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. I'm so confused.
What's
Oh,
to
yeah.
be confused about? He's a badass.
Wait. Rangers, other Rangers.
And a really cool sword.
I found them, I think.
Yeah?
Found a list of them, but not a picture. So there was this
Alright, give me the list. I'll just read out the list. I'll tell you if I knew them or not.
Zeo Ranger 2 yellow.
Yes, that is Tanya.
Yes,
yeah,
correct.
Let's see if I can get the names. That's Tanya.
There's
She
one
takes over from Aisha.
Okay, it just says the Phantom Ranger. And that's his name, Phantom Ranger as well. Black Space Ranger.
That was in space, did you say?
Black Space.
That's Carlos.
Yeah. Correct.
That's Carlos, yeah.
The Yellow Space Ranger.
I can see her face. I can't remember her name, though.
Her name is Ashley.
Does it begin with A?
Yes, it's Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley, yeah.
Okay, there was
she was fucking fine.
the Galaxy Red.
Oh, that was Leo?
Yep. Galaxy Green.
Fuck, it's not TJ, he's a black guy in the show. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, though. You have to give it to me.
His name is Damon.
Damon. Nah, I wouldn't have got that.
Galaxy...
Remember him, though. He's great.
Yeah, the Galaxy Blue.
Played by an Asian actor called...
He is Asian.
Spiky hair in it. Nope.
His name is Kai. Kai Chen.
Kai Chen, okay.
Then there's the Lunar Wolf Ranger, which you know.
Yep, Merrick. Yeah.
The Red Dino Ranger.
Connor.
Yeah. The White Dino Ranger.
Trent.
Yeah, that's correct.
Great ranger.
No,
No way he gets clowned out like that.
Oh yeah, he got clowned. I don't know if you're going to know this one because it's not one you've mentioned already, but do you know Grid Battle Force Rangers?
No.
No, okay, well there's the red, the blue and the gold. Gold Ranger. Ooh.
Grid Battle Rangers?
Grid Battle Force.
What the fuck is that? Grid Battle Force Rangers. Let's have a look. Yeah, again, this is probably after me.
Yeah.
Oh, this is... Oh, Beast Morphers, one of the newest seasons. Yeah, never watched it. So that was one of the ones where I recognised the blue outfit from Beast Force because I've just seen it on Reddit and shit, but I didn't. Yeah, I've not seen it.
Yeah, and those are 3 of the last ones. So you knew most of them.
Yeah, I know. If I couldn't get their names, I knew of the seasons and stuff they were in and what colours they were and shit.
Yeah, that's
Don't
madness.
fuck me, you know what I mean?
I don't know if I know anything that well. I'm just trying to think. Do I know anything that well? I mean, like Star Wars, probably, but that's like a generic knowledge that most people have. Or if you like Star Wars, not like you know Power Rangers more than anyone I know.
Yeah, but even I've got some things, I got some cool references I could throw out to you. Like,
Yeah.
do you catch the name of her palace on the moon?
No.
I can't remember what it was. It began with a B. It was like Baduna, something like that. No, the Bandora Protocol, because it's also, the name of her palace was also the name of the protocol to
Right.
alert the other Rangers. That is the name of the Rita Repulsa in the Super Sentai version.
Okay.
You have no idea what I just said, did you?
Yes, you told me about this before.
Yes. Yeah.
So Super Senpai or whatever is
Sentai,
that they use the original Asian choreography as as like the stock footage to save money and save time against the American castings, because they're all like morphed and stuff.
so
You told me
Rita
about this the other
was
day. It's very cool. You blew my mind when you
so
told
Rita
me. I was
called
like,
Pandora.
what? Okay. Has that ever happened before, the Bandora Protocol?
No.
No, okay. That was one of my
Because a lot of
questions.
those, so when he says activates it and it goes, also I'm not holding a credit card when you edit this, you don't have to blow anything out. I'm holding a redeemed voucher, so no one can have it either. I've been playing with this like voucher code cards, but I've realised like as I'm playing with it, it kind of looks like a credit card. And I just like, you're going to end up texting like, dude, you're playing with your credit card on the internet. So as they activate the Bandora Protocol, it goes to a bunch of locations to alert. And then, the Astro Megaforce, which is in space, and a bunch of other cities from other seasons. So no, that was all new for this.
Right. Cool.
The nice little gay couple in honor of some of the accusations David Yost made. To be fair, they're not even accusations; they seem to be straight up true. Don't know if you know this. Billy left. The actor David Yost is gay, and as I'm sure you can imagine what that was like in the early '90s for him.
Yeah.
So he left over bullying because of his sexuality. So I thought it was kind of nice that they made a point that there was a gay couple in it.
Yeah. Though that was very shoehorned in, I feel. Because random.
The random saving him, yeah.
Because why would the party? Was the parties? Yeah, they were parties. Why would the parties go after that random guy? And why does that random guy have a crowbar or a tire iron or whatever, trying to fight them off? And how can he skillfully roll out of the way of a speeding flying car? I know it wasn't flying at the time. And why would that random guy who's crashed his car shout out to this child driving a car, which is obviously a prototype of some form, and go, help, they're getting my boyfriend. Why would this child help? It was a very
cool for desperate measures.
It was a very dumb scene, but understanding the concept, the context, I really like why they put that in. I didn't know if he was gay. He had like kind of campy vibes, but I don't know if that was just Power Rangers. Power
Rangers is just campy vibes.
It is.
What was I going to say? The Megazord battle. They should not have CGI'd it. That CGI was awful. They should have, if they're going to do this like an original episode, they should have just put a man in a suit and filmed it that way. I'd have preferred that, because that CGI was fucking god awful.
Yeah, like when Snizzard was big and they like stabbed him in the leg or whatever, and then he did like the little spin and fall over. That was a really bad bit of it. I mean, it was all bad.
No, it's not all bad. It's pretty
no. The CGI bit, the big Megazord bit was all bad. I didn't really like that bit at all. And the bit where he was like, I think Billy said to Min, he was like, "Just do what I do and you'll pick it up." I was like, "Bullshit, would he? Would she? Like, no way."
You're an expert fighter now.
Yeah. Also, alright, okay, Min. Let's get onto the topic of Min. I really dislike her. I think she's a bitch. But also, does she not have any friends? Because at the end...
it seems like it does.
At the end, she's just sat in the juice bar with these two old fuckers talking about whatever.
Well, one's her dad, kind of.
Yeah. But she's a bloody teenager. She should be hanging out with people her own age, but instead she's one of the Power Rangers with a bunch of 50-year-olds. Like, she's got no life. Yeah.
Weird.
It was a bit strange, and I really don't like her. I think she's
Bless her cotton socks. Yeah, I get going for the whole drama conflict, but like, oh, you killed my mum and I hate you. So, no, he didn't really, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Didn't force her to jump in front of him,
Yeah.
She could have, done what any responsible adult would have done and retired being a Power Ranger once your kid's born.
Yeah,
But sure,
exactly.
whatever. Blame Billy, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's kind of his fault that Rita's
her character
there.
came
But...
across as. I mean, it is, but also like, you didn't make her jump over like him to save his life, and
No, yeah, I'm in agreement.
It's just like they could have toned that down a bit. But
Yeah.
it was really like until literally the last few seconds, and then it's just like, okay, I forgive you.
Yeah.
If that was me, I'd be like, bitch, I'm just going to transport you to an alien planet. I can't be dealing with this.
See ya.
I'm just going to disconnect you from the morphing grid. I can't be fucked. Cannot be fucked with your behaviour right now.
Yeah. It's
But yeah.
I did enjoy it though. Like there was two bits where I was just like, this is dumb. Actually, there was one bit where it was dumb, and then one bit where I was like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming. The dumb bit was the flying car. Just like dumb. I don't know if that's a thing that happened in the series or whatever, but dumb.
It might be. I don't remember if it is. I think the flying bit probably not. Not for the 90s, I can't imagine. But
Yeah.
Maybe the car was in it. If so, that's beyond my memory.
Yeah, I thought that whole car.
It was like, wasn't it the second version of it, he said? So that makes me think it wasn't in there before.
Yeah. And yeah, oh yeah, the bit where Robo Rita revealed that it was a time travel film, and I was just like, oh my god. That bit, I did not see it coming. I didn't know what her plan was, but like when she was like, yeah, I'm gonna go back in time and tell my old self, and I was like, damn, oh yeah, hell yeah. I love a good time travel film, so I was like, yes, I'm on board.
I loved hearing again. After 10,000 years, I'm free. Time to conquer Earth.
Oh man,
I loved it, man. I really did. It was awful. It was fucking awful, but I loved it.
it was awful.
And would be interesting to see if they do more.
Huh? What was that?
It'd be interesting to see if they do more.
That's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask, yeah, would you want them to do more?
No, God, no.
No.
These one-offs are nice, but leave it at that. I don't want to. I saw a lot of people like on Reddit being like, "Oh, maybe this is a setup for if it does well, we'll do a limited series." I'm like, nah, let's not. Do you know what I mean? Let's just not. Let's have our one-off campy specials every few years and leave it at that.
Yeah, just don't ruin it. Like, if you're gonna revive it in that way, fucking just make a new film. Like, start the series again. Like, if you want to have a TV show, make it modern, make it gritty. But you can still have like the over-the-top fighting and the campiness, but like, make it new. Have a group of teenagers, not a group of 50-year-olds.
With attitude.
Yeah, like, make it good. And I've said it before already, but like the newest film should definitely have a sequel. Like, that film is.
No.
I know it won't, but like that, they are making they want to make a new film. They don't. They want to reboot it again, right? Have I? I've heard that.
Yeah, because Hasbro and Netflix now own like Power Rangers, or Hasbro owns it, I think, and have a deal with Netflix to put all their content on there moving forward.
Yeah, so I think they should definitely do something that's not, a 30-year revival. It should be something new, and maybe this is a test to see if there was, people that would actually watch Power Rangers content. So not to keep it going, but like to just see, okay, well, we've got a dedicated fan base. Let's continue with a new series or a new film or whatever. But
no, I think it's more the film wise because the seasons are still going, right? They never stopped. Even with Hasbro owning it, there's still new seasons every year.
I did not
and
know
new
that.
teams and everything. Yeah, let's have a look at the list.
I literally was just doing that.
Friend.
Newest Power Rangers
list of series. That's what I'm saying. Like, outside of Doctor Who, you got to give Power Rangers credit. It just didn't die. It just has been going for so long.
Yeah.
So
the newest one apparently is Cosmic Fury. One of them's got a battle axe.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That's this year.
Are you on the Power Rangers.fandom?
I am now.
Because you can see all their logos. This just never stopped.
Damn.
So I fell off in context at SPD. That's the last season I've seen all the way through. So up until that point, I've seen every season all the way through on that list to SPD, and then I stopped. So number 13, and now we're on season 30.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
That's actually crazy.
When is Cosmic Fury out? Yeah, see, originally airing Netflix 2023. So yeah, it's still going, man.
Yeah, Cosmic Fury's this
And then
year.
here, if you click on it,
Beast Morphers.
yeah, on Netflix, and then you can see what it's serving as an adaptation of, and then it lists the Super Sentai version that it'll be using the footage and stuff of.
God.
This series is Hasbro's third production under the film division. So actually, the last 3 of them have been since Hasbro acquired Power Rangers. So yeah, man, it's just never ending. I think they're more concerned about what they want to do film wise.
Yeah. Dude, SPD is
Lord
quite
Zed
far
is the
into
villain
it.
in this season. What the fuck?
Did you just say SPD was the last you watched?
Yeah.
That's 13 seasons, Jack.
Yeah, I know.
I thought that was 3 seasons or something. When did this come out? 2005.
Mighty Morphin was 3 seasons alone.
That was the same year that Doctor
year did
Who
it come
got
out?
its renewal. 2005.
2005. How old was I in 2005? That was almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
No,
I was 12
Was it?
in 2005.
I'm what, 3 years younger than you?
Yeah, so you were 9.
How old are you?
Okay, that's not too bad. I'm 20. I'm 30 this year.
Yeah, so yeah, you're 30 this year. So yeah, I'm 3 to 4 years because I'm 27 this year. So yeah, about 3 years. So yeah, when I was about 9, that's not too bad.
That's not too bad actually.
Yeah. I didn't realise Lord Zed was kicking it again from the original Mighty Morphin. He's in the newest season. Oh, he came back ages ago. What the fuck is going on?
I do love. I've just noticed that, they have up to, you have season 18 is Power Rangers Samurai, and then after that it seems to follow a trend. It's Power Rangers Samurai, then the next season is Power Rangers Super Samurai, then it goes into Mega Force. It's Super Mega Force, Dino Charge, Dino Supercharge. It's like they've gone. Oh, you know what we could do? We could just make them super.
And then Beast Morphers gets fucked. It's like, nah, you can have one season.
Yeah.
And Dino.
But it looks like the logo changes there, so it looks like that's when Hasbro picked it up.
I'm not. They picked up 3 years ago, I want to say. So probably for Beast Morphers or just coming towards the end of Ninja still.
Nice.
But yeah, so I watched a lot, but again, up until 9, so it's not. It's not like I was watching it as a 16, 17-year-old. Though I have, to be clear, seen it as an older man, but
Madness, absolute madness.
got to do the rewatches. You got any other points you want to make on this reunion special?
No. Just that it. So
You're over it.
In conclusion, I enjoyed it more than I thought it was at the time. Now I know more context. You've kind of ruined it for me. So thanks for that.
Oh, have I really?
No. Just
Ain't that a bummer?
I mean, I just want more Power Rangers. I want new Power Rangers, not old crap stuff. I don't want it to be cheesy and camp. I want it to be gritty and hard hitting, like the newest film. I want it because I like the concept. I want more of it, but I don't want 90s jams. What about you?
You can always go and watch Cosmic Fury when it comes out on Netflix.
I might actually.
When your nephew starts to get a bit older, man, you can start showing him this stuff and have an excuse to watch it.
That's true, actually. I actually might do that. That'd be good. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna show him some Power Rangers because Nicola, my sister, his mum, would. She fucking your mum. She used to love Power Rangers, so she'd be like, "Yeah, fucking watch it, do it." So yeah, nice. Any closing statements, Jack? Anything you want? Anything else you want to say?
I liked it a lot. It doesn't necessarily deserve to be liked a lot.
Yeah.
But, it's a lot of nostalgia. It's a lot of fun for me. And it was cool to see, Billy and Zach haven't returned in almost 30 years, When Zach left to go to the Peace Conference in, season 2, he never came back. The actor, obviously a lot of Power Rangers actors have returned for various reasons. He just never came back. So this is literally his first time returning to the franchise in almost 30 years. Nice. Same for Billy, but Billy left a bit later than he did. So it's cool. It's cool to have them as the focus for a change instead of, the conventional red or green or whatever. It's terribly acted, but has Power Rangers always been?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, sorry, excuse me, not many Power Rangers went on to be super famous, let's be real.
No.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, man. It's a good bit of fun and nostalgia. It made me smile. There's a lot more I could probably say about it in terms of references and Easter eggs, but they'll just be lost on you.
Yeah, true.
So, if you have a fond nostalgia of Power Rangers and a fond memories of it, then you should absolutely watch this. If you're just kind of casually getting into Power Rangers, or you're like, oh, I remember, I think I've seen a season or two, like a bit more like you are, then you'd probably just skip it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, actually. I mean, if you've got free time, you're like, I don't know what to watch, it's worth putting it on, but only if you've got nothing else to watch. If you're like me, that is. If you're like Jack, then yeah, go ahead, watch it.
Yeah.
If that was our Power Rangers episode. I hope you liked our little deep dive. If you agree with anything,
more phenomenal.
It was more phenomenal. If you agree with anything that we said, just let us know in the comments. And subscribe, do all that thing, do all those things. And tell us your favourite Power Ranger and your favourite team, and if you still watch Power Rangers and all that jazz. See ya.
And remember, once a Power Ranger, always a Power Ranger.
Always a Ranger.
It's morphin' time. I'd like to morph into less of a prick.
Yeah, I'd like that too.